Hi there, in this tutorial we're going to extend our understanding of interrogating data sets with Python. We're going to create a bar chart using a similar method that we did to create our line chart. I want to create another chart, this time not a line chart. I want to create a bar chart. Now just be aware that in Matplotlib we would think of their bar chart as a column chart, so just be aware of that. So I'm going to use a similar syntax to the plt.plotAdult, except I'm going to use it with plt.bar. Notice when I press the full stop, a whole bunch of choices come up. These are all the attributes and methods related to the plt.class. So there's a whole bunch of them. I want to use plt.bar, and I'm going to use the same series or the same one-dimensional array, and when I tell it to go, I still see my line chart, but I get an error saying that the bar chart is missing a required positional argument, which is height. Now, to find out what that's all about, one of the things that I can do is I can go to the Matplotlib site and I can search for the bar chart and what it requires. So here's the Matplotlib site, and you can see I'm looking at Matplotlib pyplot.bar. You can see that bar has X, and then it has height, and it has width and bottom and so on. So it's obviously expecting something called height. It's missing a positional argument, which is called height. Over here I have one argument, which is adult, so it's obviously needs another argument which will indicate the height. So I have to think about this. If I click on adult, the adult fate, the left alone and all of those sorts of things, they're actually giving the height, so they're giving these numbers along the side, or if you like, the y-axis. So I want adult to be the height, and I want the index to be the x-axis, so what goes along the bottom, so hospital, left alone, and so on. I want along the bottom, and then I want to use the numbers of those to be the height. So if I put adult.index in as my x-axis, and then I put adult in as the height or the y-axis, and then I run my program, okay, so now it works. You can see that I have the bars, or the columns if you like to call them that. I have the bars going up indicating the values, and as you can see, unable to locate and dead are so small that we can't even see them. We can talk about what to do with those later on. Another thing that was indicated by the Matplotlib bar syntax is that, okay, I've got X, I've got height, I've got both of those. I can also do some things with the width, so let's just try something with that. Just like font size, I can just say width, and I'll make it equal to 0.2. Let's see what happens when I run it now. Okay, as you can see, my columns or bars are much thinner. If I make it 1.2, okay, they look a lot fatter. So it's up to you. Remember, the whole idea of visualization is to make it easy for people to read what's going on with our data. So I'm happy for it to be 0.6. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is that I actually wanted the bar chart to be a separate chart to the line chart. I'm going to alert Python that I'm going to create a new chart. So I use the line plt.figure to do that. When I run my code, see now I have two charts. One is a line chart, the other one is my bar chart or column chart. I can add in the same formatting so that my bar chart is as easy to read as my line chart. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I have my two charts showing information related to one of the columns. So you can go ahead and do the same sort of thing. You could use another column within our data frame to show what the data is saying. So thanks for watching, and in the next tutorial we'll take a look at some other ways to interrogate our data using Python.